it's Amanda, and I wanted to do a, well, hopefully it'll be quick. It probably won't be quick, but I wanted to do a little recap of 30 Inks 30 Days because we kind of didn't really get to talk about it, and you didn't get to see the spot dry on this one. And I wrote down some thoughts about the inks and stuff in my journal, and I wanted to kind of go over it with you. I also have my and pages, and I wanted to show them off. So yeah. So I feel like I'm copying Maria, even though I was just thinking about doing this. Like, I thought about it enough that I was writing stuff down. And then today she posted a recap video. So I promise I'm not copying her. But anyway, go through our spots real fast. I really love this, and I didn't get to use it as much, so I'm going to keep it in the pen and use it. This one is almost gone, I think. I love this so much I bought a bottle of it. I think I might still have some ink in the pen. I'll check. Sense of Wonder. I really love this one. I put a bottle on my wish list, mostly because I went to go buy a bottle and it's already sold out. Sailor Moon Kuzu. Such a great pen. Such a great ink. I love this combo, and I'm glad that I get to go back and revisit it. Didn't care for this one so much. This pen is in the pile to clean out. Same as this one. They look pretty on the page, but I didn't enjoy writing with them at all. Rainy Winter, also really nice. Yeah, I'll go over my thoughts, but yeah. So this, I really love this one. This was also really nice. This stained my TWSBI Eco blue. I should go get it. Let me go get it. I didn't care for writing with it so much, but it stained my TWSBI blue. Like, the only ink I've had in here before was, I think I had a black ink because it was like my Hufflepuff pen. And then I had Smells Like KWD Smells Like Coffee. And now it's blue. I don't know how an orange ink stained it blue, although that shimmer kind of looks blue sometimes. Weird. But I did enjoy this ink in this pen. I am willing to try it in a different pen, but I did not care for it in this pen. This was kind of whatever. Like, we had so many purple grays that I was just kind of whatever about it. This was really nice, but lots of gold shimmer. This again, a lot of purple grays. I loved this. I liked this a whole lot. Oh, I loved this one. I cleaned it out already though because I didn't have a really big fill on it. So after I did my and pages, it went to the clean pile. This is really nice, but in the pen I had it in. Oh, excuse me. I should have muted. It just looked black, and I think I want to try it in a larger nib. I love the final product. I love the final product on the page, but I don't like writing with it. I don't like the color it is when it's wet. Yeah, I don't like this one. I really enjoyed this one a whole bunch. This was a really nice calming color. This was dry as heck, and I hated writing with it. This was really lovely. This was beautiful. This was weird to me. It wrote nicely, but it was kind of weird sometimes. I don't know. This one, we messed it all up. I love the splat. I love the color it's supposed to be. This was really interesting. And see, when I commented on the video, she found out that this was actually a pigment ink. So it's pigment and shimmer. And when I was writing with this one, it seemed like it was also pigmenty, just in the ink itself. And I thought there was some shimmer in this too. There is, but it's very subtle. I really enjoyed writing with this one though. Well, I enjoyed writing with both of these. This was lovely. Uh-oh, we have pages sticking together. Oh, that's not good. My bank account is sick. Love this. Apparently this was still drying. This is a blue ink with the sheen. It looks purpley in my face, but it looks more red on camera. This flows really nicely out of the pen, and I really like it. This, just for the name alone, is hysterical, but I really enjoyed writing with it. And then this is not a great swatch of Twilight Sword because we get the bleed through, but that shimmer just gives me life. Okay. The writing experience is a little dry, at least in my and pages. Here's my notes. This is my Traveler's Company Traveler's Notebook. This is a love and trip. This is actually my journal. And I decided that I was going to put, just for thoughts of my own, I was going to put it in here. So I wrote that something about Blue-Eyed Mary. This ink glows. It makes me smile. And that's true. I'm very excited to get to use this now that 30 inks is over. This is a pen that I'll be using this month. The ink seemed pretty dry in this pen, but it's writing awesome now. Pretty ink, nice shading. Yeah, that happens in my Prera sometimes. I often prime the feed. I prime the feed on a lot of my pens, actually, because I like a super juicy writing experience. And this ink is going to be cleaned out. The pen's all gone, so I just need to clean the pen. Wrangell Edward Hyde. This was my favorite of the month. I loved it so much. Yeah, I knew early in the month this is my favorite. I can't wait to get a bottle. Spoiler alert, I have gotten a bottle, or I've ordered one. I don't think it's arrived yet. It hasn't arrived yet, but I did order one. Tono Lim Sense of Wonder. Love this ink. Kind of want to put it in a bigger nib. Pretty base color, special shimmer. The shimmer is very lovely in this pen. And this is one that I will be getting a bottle of. I'm going to star the ones that I did get a bottle of this. I want a bottle of this one. Sailor Manyo Kuzu. Love everything about this combo. Juicy pen, great ink flow, obsessed. Vinta Inks Takip Silim. Dry ink, light ink. Didn't care for this at all. There are better lavender inks. That is my notes on that one. Where'd it go? Here. Vinta Ink Sulyap. This is better than Takip Silim, but I am happy I only have a sample, which is facts on both of these. I'm glad I only got a sample. This is such a pretty pink, though, that I think Colorverse Alpha Boo is, I feel like, similar. It doesn't have, like, this level of shading, but it's a similar sort of pink color, and I like that just so much more. Tono Lim's Rainy Winter. Really liking this combo. I like how grungy the ink can look. It's really interesting, and I don't know if it's because of the ink behind it, which is that Wildflower, but it looks so much warmer. It looks gray on this side and brown, kind of brown on this side, which I think is very interesting. Birmingham Wash Lavender, stunning ink. Happy I impulse purchased this one. Yeah, I loved it. Love, 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 love it. I can't wait to get it in any pen. Gerabon Diamant Blue. I know that I saw that incorrectly. I had that in a Sailor Pro Gear Slim Broad Nib. Beautiful writing experience. The ink is very juicy. It made the pen feel like I'm writing on glass, which for a Sailor is interesting because you know Sailor has that pencil-y feedback. Robert Oster Skippity. Glad I only have a sample of this. Was fun to try. Should have used a medium or broad nib. Also should not have used a Twisby. Bungo Box Tipsy Mood. I had that in an All-Star. Lovely shading. Love that sometimes it looks purple, sometimes it looks gray. It's not unique, but interesting. Gerabon 1670 Opal Nocturne. Very pretty base color. Shimmer is insane. Possibly too much. And I say that, but there is shimmer in here. I really like the little scribbly box. Wrangell No Longer Human. Great writing experience overall. Another purpley gray. Great, but not outstanding. Glad I have a sample of this. Do I want a bottle of it? I don't know. I could see myself getting one, but it's also not a necessity because I have so many inks that look like that. I do love the pen. Anything I put in that pen writes amazingly. Birmingham Pen Company Gumball. I had that in my Bunga Box Kaweco in the Little Witch with the broad nib. This is such a grungy pink. I really like it. The broad nib really shows the shading. True. Lamy Safari Scarlet with 3 Oysters Hunter Series Night Black. Really nice black ink. I like the black sheen it has. Feels kind of dry on some papers like this one. Yeah. It wrote really nicely on my on my Hobonichi, and even in my and pages. This notebook is notorious for being dry. And yeah, Colorverse Korea Wildflower Hollyhock. As you can see next to a black ink, this just basically looks dark. It looks almost black. Writes beautifully, but color reads black. Want to try it in a medium or broad to see if it feels purple. Colorverse Donggang Pasque Monteverde MP1. This pen, I had problems with it, with this ink. I really don't know how to feel about this. I love the final dried color, but meh about the rest, which is true. This color is beautiful once it's dry. Yeah, I'm shipping my sample off, but I don't know. I'm really conflicted about this one. I'm just going to put question mark because I'm really conflicted about this one. Colorverse Korea Wildflower Boxwood. Such a calm, comforting color. Instant zen feeling when using it. That's true. I had it in my Pelican White Torty. I still have it in there, actually. I don't think I finished the pen, so I think we'll keep writing with this. Do I love it more than Columbus? Colorverse Columbus? I don't think so. And I believe I either have a bottle of Columbus in my cart or it's on the way. I placed a small order, and I think it's part of that. Oh wait, no, I did get a bottle of Hyde. It's here. We had it in one of my unboxing videos. I'm crazy. 3 Oysters Hunter Mountain Gray. I had them in my Pilot Custom 74 Blue. This pen, it's beautiful. But I historically have issues with it. There's been a few inks that reminds me like why it's a great pen and why other people like it as much as they do. But this ink this pen occasionally gives me fits. I don't know if the ink is just dry or if it doesn't agree with the pen, but it was really tough to use. I had lots of hard starting. And the color, while very shady, was just kind of bleh. Colorverse Korea Wildflower Forsythia. Nice legible yellow. Enjoyed the shading. Reminds me a bit of Ferris Wheel Pressed Butter Popcorn. I love this. It flows really nicely out of the pen. This is a great yellow. If you need a yellow that's legible. It's got a bit of the orange in it, which is what makes it legible, I think. But yeah. And here I got off on my spacing and it bothers me. But Wearing Gold Path, I had that in a Jinhao X750 with the broad nib. Love this ink, great in this nib. Love the sparkle and the swamp green. And it gives you lots of both. And it just makes me happy seeing it on a page. Wearing Gold Carmilla. This ink is the color of meat juice. Great shading, not sure how I feel. Sometimes I liked it, sometimes I didn't. And I have kind of a... yeah, I don't know where I stand on this. So I'll be using the sample some more to determine whether or not I want a full bottle in the collection. Like I keep adding the bottle to my cart, but I'm like, but then I wrote with it and I don't know how I feel about it. Sometimes it was really, really shady. Sometimes it was really, really dry. Yeah, I had a mixed bag of an experience with that one. Dominant Industries Maple. Put this in the All-Star Denim after messing it up in the Lamy Studio, whatever dried ink. So I even wrote my notes with both. Love this. Also kind of watery like Carmilla. Even the Oops ink looks interesting. This seemed to flow a little better than the Wearing Gold Carmilla. Seemed to feel a little wetter and came out of the pen a little nicer. Tono and Limbs Fog City Love in the Walltown Lumley. Not sure I agree with the color versus the name. This is more blue sky than fog, but it was really nice to write with. And it's a pretty color. You just know, if you've been here any amount of time, you know how I am about names. So here we have Toner Lim's Golden Gate Love. Fun ink to write with, but I'm worried it might stain my TWSBI. Acts like a pigment ink with shimmer. And it's possible that that's exactly what it is, if it's anything like Fog City Love. I did really enjoy writing with it. My TWSBI 580 Iris says it's a medium nib, but it doesn't have much tipping material, so it kind of writes like a fine, and also kind of like a stub or like a cursive italic a little bit. It's a weird TWSBI writing experience, but I just love it because it's unique to my pen. Toner Lim's Night Thoughts. This pen and ink combo is a fire hose. I love the shading and the color. Yeah, I really enjoyed writing with this, but I think I wrote it dry. If I didn't write it dry, it's almost dry, and it's just in the cleanup pile. Toner Lim's Pen Bear. This ink flows really nicely. I like it a lot. It glides across the page. It's a nice dark blue. I like this way more than I thought I was going to. Once I swatched it and found out it was a blue with a red shimmer, or red sheen. But yeah, it writes out of, I have it in my TWSBI Eco Dark Sapphire, which is a really nice, like ink flows out of that pen really nicely. And, yeah, beautiful writing experience. My page that I wrote with this just went so super fast. Toner Lim's My Bank Account Is Sick. I have that in a Sailor Pro Gear Imperial Black. Got this ink for the name. Also Mood. Nice ink though. The shimmer was a surprise. I wasn't expecting the shimmer. I thought it was just a really nice red. Toner Lim's Nayamashi Twilight Sora. I know this is a favorite of bookish artist Mandy. I love how ethereal this ink is. The gray, the chunky blue shimmer, although it's sometimes pink shimmer too. It feels both cold and comfy, if that makes any sense. Like it feels like a winter's day, but you're also inside having hot cocoa. And the shimmer, I don't think it's picking up. The shimmer is usually pretty subtle unless the light hits it just right. And when the light hits it, it's just, I love it. I did have a really bad experience with it in my Ann pages though. And I don't know, this paper sometimes in this notebook, it's a Taroko shop. It's an Enigma, I think, but it's a second. And sometimes inks on this paper, inks and pens just don't seem to flow across like they should. So here is, let's move this. Move this. Can I scoot this up a little bit so you can see like the whole spread? Can we do that? We can do that. So yeah, so I really enjoyed writing with these. There's our larger writing sample. I'm almost done with Anne of Green Gables. According to my Kindle app, I only have like 4 or 5% of the book left, and I think that translates to like 10 pages. And I'm sure some of those pages are like the end, so I don't have much more to go. This was the Toner Lims. I have the courage to speak freely if I like something in the Pilot Prera. I did have to keep priming the feet on this, and you can see that in the darker bits of ink. Edward Hyde, loved it. This also kind of reads black, but I see the purple a lot more in person. Loved it. Loved it. Toner Lim, Sense of Wonder. Loved it. Sailor Manyo Kuzu. This was another page that just wrote itself really fast. This was a struggle. This is really dry on the page. It's also hard to read. Sometimes I do this in dim lighting and it's really tough. Again, this wrote a little better, but it was still kind of not the best. This one glided across the page. You did have to pause, and that's why this is a little darker, because then I, like a day later, I went back and did this. Washed Lavender, just so much. I love this so much. It looks so pretty. The Diamant Blue, Diamant? I don't know how to say it in French, but stunning. The shimmer is also pretty subtle in this one. I don't even know if it's gonna pick it up. Like, it's very subtle in this ink. Here's Skippity. I really didn't like writing with this. I did prime the feet a few times, which is why some of the lines look more shimmer heavy. Yeah, I should have put this in a thicker nib. Here's the Tipsy Mood in the Lamy All-Star. Again, it was nice. But we had so many purpley grays that kind of bleh. I had this in the Smoke Rose Gold. It's still in there, actually. And this one does have lots of shimmer in it, here and there, throughout. Wearing Gold No Longer Human. I did really enjoy writing with this. Gumball. Oh, so good. So good. The Hunter's Black. I really enjoyed writing with this. It wrote really nicely. Korea Wildflower. This is really pretty, but after the black ink that we had the day before, I really just didn't like it. This one almost looks blue on this page, but this is where it kind of like dried, and I would have to prime. I had to prime the feet a lot to get it to write. This pen gave me a lot of issues. I was trying to like it. I was trying to use it because there are people that really like the MP1, and some people like it more than their TWSBIs, and I was kind of trying to like figure out what I don't like about it, and I just don't like it. I don't like the way it feels. I don't like the grip. I don't like... Yeah, for the pen, I don't like it. Also, it got stuck, and I had to do surgery to get it unstuck, so I cleaned it out. But yeah. I do love the finished color, but not enough to deal with it, if that makes sense. Colorverse Boxwood. This was a delight to write with. Mountain Gray. Also, sorry if you can hear my dishwasher. Three Racers Hunter Series Mountain Gray. Meh. Colorverse Forsythia. Loved this. Loved this. This is in my Eco Tea. I wrote yellow, but it's saffron. Wrangle Path. So good. The shading. The shimmer. Oh, everything. I love everything about this. Wrangle Carmilla. This, I would often have to prime the feed, and I love this color. Like when it's darker, I really love it. When it's lighter, I don't like it as much. Dominant Industry Maple. I did half the page in the pen that we had the oops color, and then I did the half the page in the color it's supposed to be. And I like both. Although I'm disappointed that my pen wasn't clean after I cleaned it, which is a problem. Harmony Bat did suggest maybe pulling the feet out. It's a lot easier to pull the feet out. Although I've never done it on a studio. I've done it on a Safari, but never on a studio. Tono Limbs Fog City Love. This is another one. It sometimes had shimmer, sometimes didn't. Had really nice shading. Wrote nicely out of the pen. I really liked it. Tono Limbs Golden Gate Love. Also really beautiful. I did prime the feed down here to kind of give it a little more oomph because it was starting to write kind of dryly on the page. Lots of shading where it was pretty dry. And I like the darker color. It was also a nicer experience. Tono Limbs Night Thoughts too. Beautiful in this broad nib. This would look really nice in an extra fine nib too, I think. Like any nib size smaller, I think. Tono Limbs Pen Bear in the TWSBI Dark Sapphire. This page wrote itself basically. There's shading, there's sheen, and it was just a really nice writing experience. Tono and Limbs, My Bank Account Is Sick. Also another really great writing experience. Got some cool shading in some of the spots. The shimmer's not picking up as much. It's way more subtle, but it does show up in spots where I primed the feed. Like Jane promised solemnly, but as it happened, there was no necessity of such a promise. And then this one, Tono and Limbs Twilight Sora. I feel like it was writing really nice, and then I decided, it was writing nicely, but dryly. And I was like, let me prime the feed, because that usually helps. And I think what I did is I just shoved shimmer into the feed, because then it started writing finer and a lot more dry, and blah, blah, blah. And yeah. And then I was having trouble getting it to write, so I was just like, plopping ink and then like trying to, anyway, it was not great on this paper. It's nice on the in the traveler's notebook and in my Hobonichi, but I didn't care for it here. So yeah, so that's the end of my and pages, at least for 30 inks. So there you go. Yeah. Did you have a favorite ink this month? Let's look at the calendar. Did you have a favorite ink this month? My absolute favorite was that Hyde. I really love that one. I really love Gumball. I really loved Boxwood. That's the one that like sticks with me. Sense of Wonder. Yeah, I had some favorites. Yeah, what was your favorite this month? Do you have one? I like how Forsythia just like stands out. It's just like, hi, I'm yellow. I'm here. Yeah. Overall, it's a weird looking month, but I'm glad I tried all the inks that I tried. And yeah. I do not want to save that bag of ink until April for another 30 inks though. So we will be come January, because we have Inkvent and I've got a slew of new pen days to upload. Come January, we will start swatching it. I've got more Tonal and Limbs. I've got some Birmingham. We've got, I don't know, we've got everything. More Wear and Go probably. Yeah. So there you go. That is our final 30 inks for 2025. I'm going to put this back. I've babied this. Also, I'm really looking forward to kind of adding more inserts to it because it's very thin and I don't like how thin it is. I'm going to put the dated inserts in there, I think. I'll do a video when I do that. But I have been babying it by leaving it in its pouch. I throw it in my bag still, but I do keep it here so it stays as nice as possible. Normally I don't care, but for whatever reason, this red one, although I love all the ones that people have that look like they've been worn and just like they've been to war and just like scratches and, you know, just like made it their own, but I'm just not there yet. This is too pretty. It's too pretty for me to do that just yet. But yeah, maybe once I chunk it up, it just feels so fragile. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed 30 inks. Thank you for spending the month with me. And I know we're on to Inkvent now, but yeah, this was fun. And I look forward to next year when we get to do it all over again. I really love 30 inks. It's a fun challenge. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what your favorite ink of the month is. And I look forward to... Oh, excuse me. I look forward to a nap, apparently. I look forward to seeing you again soon, hopefully in an Inkvent video. Thank you so much. Take care. Love, bye!